Hello everyone, my name is Adam and I love movies. I grew up in the 80s and 90s and the nostalgia of those times will always stick with me. But sometimes nostalgia can cloud your vision of things. So come with me as I go through the movies I swear all my life I've loved, and let's see if I can still see the magic that I once did. This is Adam's Retro Rewatch. Hey everyone, I'm back for another Retro Rewatch. Haha! This time we are going to kind of change genres a bit. I've been doing a lot of, like stuff from my childhood, stuff that, you have to watch from your childhood. And this one's going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to be talking about the 1987 cop action movie Lethal Weapon. Yes. Now, the 70s and 80s were really good to Richard Donner. After cementing his name in Hollywood with classics like The Omen and the first Superman movie, and most of Superman 2, but we won't get into that, there seemed to be a genre that he couldn't tackle. And fresh off his family-friendly adventure film The Goonies, he decides to go for the R-rated action genre. So we have Lethal Weapon, the movie that pretty much defined the buddy cop genre we still see today. Starring Danny Glover as the close to retirement, hard-assed Roger Murtaugh, and a pre-controversy Mel Gibson as the loose cannon Martin Riggs.
Hey, you want to see crazy? I'll tell you.
They are partnered up in an Odd Couple style kind of cop drama that has a lot of action involved. It's not big on original story. It revolves around drugs, murder, an assassination team of ex-special forces that came from the Vietnam War. That's kind of a little extra there. But it's a balls to the wall action. Balls to the wall? Or is it walls? Just a few balls to one wall. It's a balls to the wall action flick. But it's also entertaining as it is over the top. The script was written by Shane Black, and if you don't know Shane Black, you probably know his work. He wrote and directed Iron Man 3. He wrote and directed The Good Guys, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. A lot of real dialogue-heavy movies that involve more than one main protagonist, except for Iron Man 3. But yeah, his biggest strength is writing fun, snappy dialogue. Snappy. But this was his first movie that he wrote. And you can see that he hasn't quite yet gotten the grip on the dynamic of two characters going back and forth. I mean, it's not, he didn't do a bad job. But it's not the pinnacle of Shane Black. He's not there yet. He got there like right on his next movie when he did The Monster Squad, which was a fantastic movie. I should do a movie video on too. At least I think it's fantastic. I haven't watched it in a while, so maybe that'll be a future episode. But the characters were far from flat, is what I'm saying. They still have that Shane Black feel to them. But enough about Shane Black. One thing we hear about around these times, it's January right now, Christmas is over, but we always hear about is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And maybe I'll answer that if I ever do a Die Hard episode. If you want me to do one, let me know. But my main question is why do people not ask about Lethal Weapon? Not only does it take place during Christmas, there are cops caroling in the station. There's a drug bust at a Christmas tree lot. And it is just riddled with the Christmas lights and music. It's basically cementing it as a Christmas movie. But people don't like action in their Christmas. So it becomes a trivial question. But I say yes. I say Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
You're goddamn right.
Now, I didn't see this movie when it originally came out. In fact, I didn't see it until the second movie premiered, and that's when I discovered Lethal Weapon. The first one flew over my head. I was too busy with my kid-friendly movies and horror movies as well. But the second trailer hit, and I thought, well, that looks like a fun romp of a movie. I want to see that, but it's a part 2, so around 9 or 10, I watched Lethal Weapon, and I really enjoyed it. It's a fun, energetic picture. It's really all you could say about it, though. I mean, they were huge stunts and great gunfight scenes, and once again, the dialogue is just outstanding. But the big question is, do I still love it? Yes, I absolutely love it. The mid to late 80s was the incubation of the insane, explosion fueled, gun crazy action genre, and Lethal Weapon was one of the forerunners of this phenomenon. And I still watch it and enjoy the hell out of this movie. Is it realistic? Hell no. I mean, just the paperwork alone from their antics would have them filling them out until their retirement. Shooting first and then investigating makes for fun cinema, but not for realism. But that's why we watch these movies. We want, we want to escape. We want to see what would happen if the cops went, balls to the walls and still be the good guys, Oh, I almost forgot to mention the score. Oh my God, the score. If you know me, you know I pay a lot of attention to movie scores, and it's kind of part of how I discern good movies from movies I don't enjoy much. But this score is really iconic and kind of overlooked. You kind of forget about the fact that this score exists. But if you hear Michael Kamen's score, who also did an amazing job for movies like Highlander and Die Hard and Event Horizon, his orchestra mixed with Eric Clapton's guitar riffs and the leading saxophone makes you instantly go, oh yeah, that's Lethal Weapon. Richard Donner and Shane Black were a fantastic team, which to this day still work together. They made multiple sequels to this franchise, and the dialogue and the action and the directing never really changed. But the original had this level of grit that the other ones kind of lost. As you do with sequels, you get bigger and more fantastic with your effects and stuff, especially in a action genre movie. So if you're looking for an 80s action movie that doesn't solely rely on the main character having to have a quippy one-liner before pulling the trigger during the end of action scenes, this movie is highly recommended. I totally recommend Lethal Weapon. It's a fun time. The dialogue is fantastic. The music is great, and you really can't go wrong with all of them. Really, there's even some good stuff in 4. I could talk about 4, but maybe later. Maybe when I get into the later 90s of my list. But thanks for coming with me on this little journey. What do you think of Lethal Weapon? Or what do you think of the 80s action genre as a whole? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you tell me so. You like it. Hit the like button. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. And also ring that little bell thing so you know when new movie discussion videos come up. Also check out the Cinemadness podcast that we have on pretty much most audio streaming services. And you could hear more about us gushing about our Hollywood fanaticism. So there it is, another one in the win column. Will the trend continue? Guess that depends on what I decide to watch next. Hello, I'm Tim Curry. I'm going to be doing Kermit the Frog. I don't know.